Have you ever noticed that we spend so much of our lives chasing answers? We want answers about love, about purpose, about success, about happiness. We read books, scroll through quotes, watch videos, hoping someone somewhere will hand us the answer that finally makes life make sense. But what if I told you that the real power lies not in the answers we find, but in the questions we dare to ask? Not just the philosophical ones like, what is the meaning of life? But the deeply personal ones, the ones we ask ourselves in the quiet moments when no one's watching. Why do I always mess things up? What if they never love me back? Why am I not enough? These questions may seem harmless, but they shape how we think, how we feel, and how we live. Change the question, and you just might change your life. There's a story about a boy who once approached the great philosopher Socrates. He asked him, "Master, what is the secret to wisdom?" Socrates said nothing. Instead, he led the boy to a river, walked him into the water, and suddenly, without warning, pushed his head underwater. Seconds passed. The boy struggled, kicked, desperate for air, and just when he was about to pass out, Socrates pulled him up. The boy gasped, furious. "What are you doing?" he shouted, and Socrates said, "When you want wisdom as badly as you just wanted air, then you will find it." Now, this isn't a story about drowning, it's a story about intention. You see, the boy asked, "What is the secret to wisdom?" But he didn't truly want to know. He wanted a shortcut, a formula. But Socrates was showing him, the quality of your questions depends on the depth of your desire to truly understand. A question asked without sincerity is just noise, but a question asked with real hunger, that's the beginning of transformation. The problem is, most of us are stuck in bad questions. Not because we're stupid, but because we've been trained that way. When something goes wrong, we ask, "Why does this always happen to me?" When we fail, we ask, "Why am I such a loser?" When someone leaves, we ask, "What's wrong with me?" Now here's the twist. Your brain is an incredible machine. It will answer whatever question you give it. So if you ask, "Why do I always mess things up?" your mind will start compiling a list. Because you're lazy, because you're not disciplined, because you're just not good enough. Not because it's true, but because you asked it to. Bad questions create bad stories. Bad stories create bad decisions. And bad decisions create the very life you're trying to escape from. So how do we break the cycle? It starts with learning the art of asking better questions. Better questions don't come from panic. They come from presence. They're not rushed. They're reflective. They don't shame you. They guide you. Let me give you some real examples. Instead of asking, "Why am I always behind in life?" ask, "What matters most to me right now, and how can I honor that today?" Instead of, "Why do I keep failing?" ask, "What did I learn from this, and what will I do differently next time?" Instead of, "What if no one loves me?" ask, "How can I begin to love myself more fully, starting now?" Do you see the shift? The first questions come from fear. The second ones come from growth. The first close doors. The second ones open possibilities. Now, here's something important most people overlook. Asking better questions isn't just about language, it's about mindset. You can't force your way into clarity. You have to approach your life with curiosity, not judgment. Most people ask questions like they're putting themselves on trial. Why did I screw that up again? When will I finally be good enough? But a better life begins when you switch from interrogation to investigation. Start treating your mind like a friend you're trying to understand, not a criminal you're trying to punish. And when you ask from a place of compassion, your answers become more honest, more human, more useful. Here's the mindset shift. Don't ask questions to confirm your fears. Ask them to explore your truth, not, why am I behind everyone else? But, what does success even mean to me personally? Not, why can't I focus? But, what's my mind trying to tell me it needs right now? Your questions should reflect where you want to go, not where you're afraid you already are. Because questions aren't just tools, they're mirrors. And when you ask with the right mindset, they don't just show you your problems, they show you your possibilities. So here's my question to you. What questions have you been asking yourself lately? And are they helping you grow or keeping you stuck? Every day we're asking questions, most of them unconsciously. What if you paused and chose them with intention? Here's a simple practice. Each morning, ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What is one small thing I can do to move forward? Who can I show kindness to today, including myself? And each night, ask yourself, what did I learn today? What challenged me? And how did I respond? What question am I carrying into tomorrow? That's how you train your mind to work with you, not against you. Look, life isn't about having all the answers. No one does, not even the wisest among us, but the people who grow, the people who heal, the people who live with purpose. They've learned to ask better questions. So don't wait for life to hand you clarity. Shape it with curiosity, with courage, with the questions that move you forward. Because the quality of your questions will shape the quality of your life. If this resonated with you, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what's one question you've been asking lately? And how can you ask it better? Drop it in the comments. Let's reflect together. And if you're ready to keep exploring life's deeper paths, subscribe to the channel and walk this journey with us. Thank you for listening. And more importantly, thank you for asking.